Hello, sports fans and internet banter sources. Welcome back to Banter with the Boys, Season 4, hosted by me, Nik Rabinowitz, a man whose cricketing prowess was once rumoured to be so great that Pakistani bookmakers bankrolled his stand-up comedy career to keep him out of the international arena. They gambled, and we all won. As always, we bring you stellar sporting content, legendary guests, and hilarious banter. But before we banter, let's catch up on recent events in the world of sports. This season we focus on cricket and in particular the smash hit third edition of the Betway SA20. Guys, one of my personal highlights has been the return of 45-year-old Proteas pensioner Imran Tahir, who seems to have developed a new celebration inspired by footballer Cristiano Ronaldo. The Tahir-Ronaldo crossover makes sense because Cristiano and Imran famously go to the same hairstylist. You've heard of Blonde Ambition? Well, this is the sequel, Frosted Tip Technician. In pub javelin, or darts as some call it, Brit Luke Littler recently became the youngest ever world champion, aged 17 years and 347 days, which means this week, young Luke the Nuke will finally be allowed to legally drink while throwing. Reports are coming in that pie producers all over the UK have doubled their output in preparation for the marksman's coming of age. In tennis, the Australian Open is on the go, although Novak Djokovic apparently still has thoughts on how open Australia really is. A full 9 Australians made it past the first round, which proves they're definitely not coached by Eddie Jones. And finally, South Africans Henk Lateghan and Brett Cummings narrowly missed out on winning the car section of the Dakar Rally due to 2 unexpected punctures. According to Gauteng-based Lateghan, they didn't realise that there were also potholes in the desert and not just in Joburg. The Saffers have petitioned the organisers to rename the rally from Dakar to Debaki. As usual, I'm joined by 2 unfiltered, uncensored and unemployed retired South African sporting legends. To my left, Northern Transvaal Orthodox slow left arm legend Willie Morris's son. Northwest Highveld Lions, Chennai Super Kings, Rajasthan Royals, Delhi Capitals, Surrey, Hampshire, Sydney Thunder, Royal Challengers, Bangalore Titans, Nelson Mandela Bay Giants, Pretoria Boys High and Proteas legend Christopher Henry Moneybags Morris.
The money man.
He might be slower these days, but there's no one on the planet who is faster when it comes to Googling an exchange rate. And to my right, with him, a man who's made more intercepts than a CIA spy during the Cold War. A fellow with a heart of gold and knees of titanium alloy. It's one of Paul's greatest ever white guys, and possibly one of the finest wicketkeeper batsmen / centres / Avanti ambassadors to represent the Springboks, John de Villiers. Hello, guys. So lovely to see both of you.
Nick, that was good, eh?
That was. Do you have any predictions at this point? It's early on in the Betway SA20. I actually saw Banter and Cullis give their predictions as to who would win.
And what did they say?
Well, they're definitely going for Paul because now they're residents, aren't they?
No, Barty's a little bit conflicted.
Barty had
We'll
his
just leave it there.
My Cape Town
Cape
top
Town,
one.
no, I actually saw the 2 of them at the Paul Royals versus
You're the Paul mascot.
my Cape Town game. So Barty very much my Cape Town supporter. I do think.
No, I think
love
I think my Cape Town are going to win it. I called it early. I think they've got a
strong.
good squad. They dropped 2 catches a couple of nights ago, which cost them the game. But I think they've got the team. I'll be honest with you. They've got the right mixture. They've got match winners, and that's my prediction. I'm 1 out of 2 when it comes to predicting who's going to win. So
Proper bowling attack, eh?
very much so. Very much so. And if the batters get going, Rickelson's fit. He gets going with Rassie and Reza. Woohoo! Brevis.
George Linder. way he hits it.
Delano. One of the great names.
Oh,
Delano
yeah,
Potgieter.
There we have it. Chris Morris delivering the goods here on Banter with the Boys. This is why we have him in here, Christopher Henry Morris. We wanted to start off season 4 of Banter, Jean, with a bang. Did you bring your poppers? If not, they're under your seat. Here they are.
This is a
Where they
proper-
should be.
And this is really
I don't know where
celebrating
really. I don't want to lose.
season 4, guys, of Banter with the Boys. Let's give it a go. Wah!
That was nice.
Fantastic.
That's pretty.
That was nice.
Right. Normally happens at the end of the show, but
And we are done. That is the first episode.
Listen,
of
this
season
happens
4.
a lot to me.
should we go to our first guest of season 4 while we're
Yes.
in a celebratory mode?
We should have.
Our first illustrious.
We should have did it when he walks in.
I know, but it's too late.
We still can.
Our first illustrious sporting guest.
No, it's not going to work.
On the 2025 Betway SA20 version of Banter with the Boys is, of course, as could be deduced by the cricket-heavy content in this season. We have a rugby player. He is a former Springbok legend and current farm store proprietor. Engelsmannen call him the man of steel. In Nelspruit, they call him die man van Potsdal. And apparently, Herschel Yankees accidentally called him Daddy in a team meeting once. Please welcome one of the best number 8s in South African rugby history, double World Cup winner, and fourth change right arm medium slow bowler, Duane Vermeulen.
Come.
Way!
Oh, yes. Here we go. How's it
Custom.
going?
Hi, welcome.
Welcome.
Hello.
One kilogile.
Hello,
Dwayne
Dwayne.
Vermeulen, welcome to Banter with the Boys. Some of our fans may be perplexed to see you here. They're wondering what is a rugby oak doing on our cricket season. But you are a cross-sports hero. And rumor has it, at school you were a devastating medium pacer. Apparently you could bowl, bat and field and then accidentally knock the stumps over while celebrating. And according to ESPN, you are officially an international Springbok cricketer. Career stats of 9 runs and 1 wicket, but it's not just any old wicket. You arguably got the greatest all-rounder of all time, Jacques Henry Callis, caught skin stat, bowled Vermeulen right here behind us at Newlands. How is that, Jacques Callis? How is that for an impressive scalp?
Man, geez, I got to say, thanks for having me. It's fantastic to be here. Well, what a venue. My
What a
goodness.
venue. What a pitch. What a mountain. What muscles.
Oh, yeah. Just be kind.
What muscles?
No, well, geez, that was some time ago when we played,
fun,
John.
yeah.
It was.
They should bring that back.
I'm just about to say that. I have to say, it was fun while we were doing it. That was the first one, and then we had one up in Joburg, I think, which was also good. A lot of beers beforehand. So when you have a lot of beers and things like that, then obviously you feel a little bit looser and you can throw the ball around. So
Do you think we should have plans for a rugby rematch of the same teams?
no, we can't have that. You see, you saw what happened to
Wade.
Wade when sprinters starts to play touch rugby. So
Yes.
you
I
don't
was
want that.
I was
yeah.
directly involved in that, but
Oh, you
enough
see.
about me. Which
You
cricketers?
also played in that game, man.
I played in that
Yeah,
game.
I know. I saw
I
you.
touched him. And if there was a Proteas
Before the game
rugby-
started.
And the
yeah.
rugby?
No, I was doing the game. Who would you select for a Proteas rugby team of the current crop? I mean, Temba, obvious pick at
It's the ball.
it's scrum off.
No, he's the ball.
the ball.
Lungi definitely in there.
Who's on the wing?
I reckon you put KG Lungi at centre. They're both
Oh, look,
deceptively
look,
quick.
but he's
And
also
they're big boys.
he's got
Yeah,
a little bit of weight behind him.
forwards. He's one
We'll
of the
put Lungi
bigger
in the
cricketers.
forward.
Look,
Yeah.
Marco Jansen, obvious choice at lock, but would he break in half? Is the question.
Him and his brother would be fantastic.
Well,
Just see
we've-
the
we've-
two of them.
We've seen some tall guys. Obviously, Andries Becker was the guy who played here for at Western Province and Stormers, and also for the Springboks. And
Dwayne, I actually think Marco and Andries, the giraffe, they're the same height. Okay.
potentially.
what's a 125?
No, yeah. No,
225.
No, 2.
6'9". What is Marco? 6'9".
No, I don't know.
No, Marco's
but
like
the
us,
difference, like
almost seven.
Andries must weigh like 125 on a good day. I would imagine.
I think it's
Right.
like, yeah, I don't know.
Props are a tricky though.
But Marco Jansen is
90.
89.
He's pleuris.
No.
Bill
Yes, his arms like.
No, he's a thin man.
I don't know if we have a Protea that you'd put in the front row, but this West Indian character,
Yes.
the off spinner Rakeem Cornwall, would you put him at loose head or tight head?
Well, that's definitely a tight head.
Yeah, look at those
definitely.
boobies.
He's got a large man, eh?
You apparently were once challenged at a house party with a cricketer to a one-on-one scrum by an allegedly drunk Proteas cricketer whose name shall not be mentioned. Is it true you politely declined for Aiden's safety?
Because that's his name.
Yes, I did. I played prop when I was younger, so I'm always one of the heavier guys in the pack, or in the squad. John would know. But I don't want to hurt people, man. this is.
And he's good at that. He's good at that.
Yeah,
Yeah, you gotta,
if I had a couple of beers or brandies or things like that, things get out of hand, and then most of the guys, John would obviously tell you, you just have to just let me be, because otherwise, if you keep fighting back, I'm a little bit relentless.
the one thing South African rugby and cricket have in common are thirsty, passionate, and very shouty fans. And Christopher Henry Morris went to find out what gets them excited about the Betway SA20, apart from the chance to win millions by catching the ball with one hand and then later discovering they didn't enter the competition.
Oh, no.
Take it away, Tipo.
We're here with Banter, with the fans. We're going to have a chat to a few people around the stadium. Let's go.
The vibe is amazing.
Love cricket, love SA!
What does the Betway SA20 mean to you guys?
It's our love, it's our passion.
It's a like experience, all of us coming together.
It's so exciting, and I love to see all the people out here having a great time.
It's always nice to hang out with friends.
What they're actually saying is it's nice to look at some hot young cricketers. Okay.
Even the people that don't watch cricket, everyone loves the vibe.
If the Avengers played cricket, which Avenger would be the best cricketer?
I'll go with Thor.
Hey, you gotta go with Spider-Man. He's gonna spin a web all around the batsman, and there goes a wicket.
Gotta be Iron Man, the other can bowl. What you say?
I'm saying Thor.
Duane Vermeulen, unbelievable.
It's always about the jaw.
We love the jaw. We love the jaw.
Here we go, Banter with the fans. Chris Morris, you seem to have a lot of fun with the fans there. Not really sobering responses to your questions, but a lot of passion out there.
Yesterday's game, commentating at the Wanderers, it was just before the rain arrived, and the stadium announcer, it's silly of him to give the mic to a girl at the Wanderers. And she's taken the mic and she's going, "Everybody at the Wanderers!" So everybody's paid attention. Now I'm busy commentating, and all I hear is, "Can I get a hoya?" And the whole stadium all at once gave us a hoya. I heard something very interesting about Jonah Lomu this morning, which was quite cool. 100 and how many kilograms, and he ran like 60 meters, the quickest out of anybody in the world. You played against Jonah, did you?
I never played against
Never,
him.
eh? I always wondered, like, as
Just
you guys,
missed
I'm
him.
asking like a genuine question. When you see the world's biggest man running at you, like those island boys you jokes talk about, the Fijians, like what's going through your cup? I know you've trained to just take this like down and put your body on the line, but like what's going through your head? Ouch. Or
Well, you just got to chuck everything at it. So I don't think at that stage there's much going through your head. You just got to stop them.
what from his hand?
Well, yeah, whatever. But it's like
Rugby, there's going to be contact. Okay, there's going to be, your body's going to be sore afterwards, and I mean it's the challenge. That's the beauty about the haka as well. Once you understand the haka and what it's about, they're challenging you, and either you stand up and you deliver and you take them on in war, or you concede. And in rugby, if you give a little bit, if you stand back, you'll lose that battle, and there are many in a game of 80 minutes. So. And I think that's the value you get from a guy like Dwayne. They just never, he always comes back over and over again, and that's why you don't want to mess with him late at night when he had a couple of brandies, because he won't stop.
But you do feel it the following day.
Still. But rugby, you need to man up, and you're going to lose some battles, and you're going to win some. And
Who did you lock eyes with during the haka? Who was your guy that you locked eyes with consistently?
You always try and find your
man.
opposing number. Yeah. So Ma Nonu a lot, Conrad Smith as well, and Sonny Bull. All the.
So if you're captain, you don't look at the captain, you look at your opposition.
Nah. But also, I wasn't. It's not like stare them down kind of thing a lot. It's more getting your own head right. I don't know.
I'm just standing there and thinking. I said, okay, we're receiving the ball.
Yeah, exactly.
I gotta get the ball. I gotta get the ball. Okay, if I get the ball, okay, this first guy that's in front of me, I just gotta run over him.
Yeah,
That's it.
make it
Make it
count.
count. Yeah.
And like a guy like Eben, will he get into it? He'll be like, I want to pull someone's head off now.
Yeah, you can see that, but I think he changed over the years. So when he was younger, you can see his face going off. He wants
Time to go.
He wants to hurt them. Now it's you kind of used to it. You understand what it means.
It's also like you gotta channel that emotion as well. You want to be psyched up, but if there's too much red mist as well, then it's like penalties and yellow cards, and we had quite a bit of that over the years at times as well. Like that Dunedin game, 2013. I don't know if you remember that. where exactly that, where red mist comes in,
Dean
couple of
Grayling.
penalties, yellow card, and you lose the game.
And then you get a prop jumping over a ruck, hitting Richie McCaw with his elbow. Yeah, you see.
Cricket also becoming increasingly a physical contact game. We saw what happened, Chris, recently with Virat, Kohli,
Sam
the
Konstas.
shoulder charge.
I think it's just Virat's obviously, he's quite an emotional man on the field. He's quite passionate. He's actually quite a very deep thinker of life, to believe it or not, off the field. He's a lovely human, but when he crosses that line, he wants to win and he'll do anything to win. But yeah, I think he was wrong in that situation. Obviously, a youngster was rubbing him up the wrong way, as he was doing basically with everybody in world cricket. And it's changed his line and decided to give him a little bit of a shoulder barge. But yeah, I think if young Sam Konstas does that for quite some time, he's going to rub a lot of people up the wrong way. And unfortunately, he needs to put the numbers down before he can start, in my opinion. He can be confident, he can be cocky, but you put numbers down. David Warner, when he came in, was this short, stocky dude, came in and was cocky. You could see in his attitude, but he backed it up with runs.
Made runs.
So I think he's obviously got the potential. There's a reason why you don't just get picked to open the batting for Australia if you cuck. So he's obviously got something about him, but he needs to put numbers together. But yeah, Virat, love it.
I think in the rugby scene is the same as like Owen Farrell. Everyone talks about him, but if you speak to guys who played with him, Skalk Brits and Vincent Koch and those guys, he said he's just so passionate about the game and he doesn't want to lose. He wants to win, and he's got that passion to win and that drive to win. And then you tend to do some weird stuff to obviously get yourself in that position.
It's that competitive edge that you need to be able to perform at the highest level. You have to be competitive, and you almost sometimes go out your comfort zone to be able to get the edge. And maybe Virat and that situation did that, but it stems from that competitive nature. And I mean, so many guys. Take Dwayne for example. I mean, he sits here. He's actually a calm guy off the field, but I mean, when he goes in proper Thor mode, and he's a different human being, because he wants to win. He knows what it's about, the jersey and everything that means. So, I think that's maybe the difference between the guys that make it and those that don't. Nik, is that
Thanks.
is that you can have that switch.
Yeah.
And,
When to turn
make
it on
count.
and off.
Toughest opponents, Duane Vermeulen. Rank them in order. Ratiko Samo, Kieran Reid, Brodie Retallick, Richie McCaw, Artie Severe, Billy Vunipola, Jacques Burger, Paul O'Connell, Jerry Collins, Thomas
Jeepers.
Lavanini, or Bryce Lawrence.
He didn't do Bryce.
No, I'm sorry.
Didn't he?
He
missed
didn't do Bryce. No,
You did Bryce.
I did Bryce.
No,
Still
John,
hurts.
and
Still
what do you
Still
say?
hurts.
Bryce your number one pick. I would say, obviously my first pick would be the toughest guy would be like Jerry Collins, who's the toughest guy. But the toughest guy in a whole complete game when you play, it's probably Richie McCaw. It was just something different to the guy. It's just the way John knows his story and everything, even a lot better than I do, but he's just a guy that never gave up, and he will always be at every single breakdown. It doesn't matter how you bloody clean the breakdown and what you do, the next breakdown you're there, he's there, and he does his job. And he's fantastic character on the field, and what a brilliant guy to come up against. I think of Billy Vunipola and those guys, they're big, but there's a difference to
Soft
to certain
underbelly.
guys.
Well, Richie McCaw found out at Loftus how to not get to every ruck, and that's Richard Bands' shoulder.
Well, it sometimes happens, but you'll see late in the game, he'll definitely be there again.
No, he off the stretch of that game, Crusaders versus the Bulls. I was still in high school. But before he hit the floor, his eyes were rolling back.
And now it's back to Banter with the fans. Over to you, Chris Morris.
So if you had to catch your share of 2 million,
I'd be going to watch a World Test Championship final.
I'll go on a very, very, very long holiday.
I'll probably buy box tickets. I'm the saddest of the bunch. First thing I'll do is pay off my debt with ABSA. From there, I'll look for a job at ABSA as an IT expert.
so Duane Vermeulen was watching you right now. What would you say to him?
Oh, hello.
Can you elaborate?
Can we have a drink? Can we have a drink?
I would say, Dwayne, you're a legend for the sport. You did the Springboks well, you've done South Africa well, and we're proud of you.
My question for Duane Vermeulen is, who's your favorite cricket player?
Can I just say that we have that auntie's details for you. You might want to meet her for a drink later. Hashtag, oh, hello, Dwayne.
Or a meltdown.
Or a meltdown.
Yes, correct.
Who is your favorite cricketer? That's what the fans want to know.
Growing up and watching the guys, I'm not a big hitter and I wasn't a great bowler, so I was excellent in the field. So Jonty Rhodes was probably the guy who stood out for me.
Nice. Nice one.
Yeah, I think so.
That's a good one.
Jonty Rhodes, take me home.
Yeah.
Is there any truth to the rumor, Duane Vermeulen, that you taught the Japanese how to dance while holding 2 bottles of rice wine and called it saki saki?
Well, we usually went to a place called the Hub Bar, and our local hub was a really good spot. So you also get these little cards. So the more you spend, the more points you get. And then at the end of the year, everyone chucks all their points together, and then we kind of drink for free. But the Japanese can only drink for 2 hours, and then they get red in the face, and then they go to bed. So we ended up drinking all the beers and finished all the stuff. But it was good fun, and we had to teach them a little bit. They ask you how do you dance. Obviously, that's then when you grab someone and say, let's go.
How do you say that in Japanese?
No, you just pick them up and you go.
Early on in your career at the Cheetahs, you crossed paths with a young, innovative coach by the name of Rassie Erasmus. And your professional careers, of course, crossed paths many times after that. Tell us about the genius of Rassie.
We worked really well together, and then came up with all these weird ideas. You know, the lights on the well. It wasn't. At first, it was just bloody cones.
Yeah.
Because he sits up at the top, you can see the space. And then he decided, well,
On top of the stadium.
That wasn't on top of the roof. That was still in the box. And then later on, it moved to on top of the stadium with different color ball. It was bigger signs or bigger colored signs that he will show the
But
guys.
how often did you guys look up?
No, every single time before you start a move.
During a stoppage.
So during the stoppage, a line out or a scrum, then there's pictures where everyone just tend to look up at the roof. The more the game changes, the more it stays the same. Everyone does exactly the same things over and over, so you know what's coming. And the Bulls had this saying, you know what's coming, but you still have to stop it. The Bulls of late. And the thing is, he likes innovation, he likes new ideas, he likes new stuff. And if you bring him an idea, he'll buy into it and he'll say, let's just try it. Because if you don't try, you're never going to know the outcome of the thing. And that's what makes it a little bit more special. It's not a dictatorship. It's a guy who's really open to everything. And
I've actually said it before, Nick. Like, you look at a guy like Rassie, and he really studies the game. And like Dwayne says, he's open to suggestions. If you can validate and really justify why you should change something or do something, that he's willing to try it. But they say how innovative he is. But like, if you not think, okay, guys communicate through the earpieces or whatever, and they speak to the guys next to the field, and they give the message to the players on the field. Well, all he was doing, he was just chaining around and saying, okay, let's make it visual.
Yeah.
Let's make the communication visual. They know exactly what they see, rather than like in Telefoinkie where you relay the message and then the wrong message eventually gets there. So it's not innovation as such. It's just thinking differently about it.
Do you think he's got coaches around the world going, we should have thought of that first? Or not really? Or do other coaches like a little bit envious of the way he's running things?
Well, if you just look at the compilation of a team these days, where it was stock standard, your bench is, a 4-3 split or whatever back in the day, or now a 5-3.
Yeah.
And then he goes, then he changes it up and brings a 6-2. We think, wow, it's bloody crazy to do that. I mean, you look at so many teams now in professional rugby that does 6-2. So what does he do then? He goes 7-1, of course.
Yeah.
You go 7-1.
And do you think it's against the spirit of the game?
No, man. No,
Because I know there's a lot of lot of noise from the north there saying it's against it.
Well,
or
it's exactly
specifically
that.
Australian human being. I can't remember his name now.
It's
But
noise.
It's against the spirit of the game. I think it's if you've got it, why not?
Yeah, you gotta use your players to your advantage.
And it's a risk, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a
It's a
risk.
massive risk. And how do you think Kwagga would have done it fly?
Well, it's actually interesting. You're talking about Kwagga. So we actually spoke in that week. So if we had a guy down and in the back line, Kwagga would just drop and he will defend on blind wing. So obviously the play doesn't always go that way, but he's quick enough to obviously catch up and make the tackle. So it was him and Peter Steff. Those were the two guys who would have gone to wing.
Peter
and
Steff on
play.
a wing would have been epic.
Yeah, well, he chased every bloody plastic bag that's
Cross
on the
kick.
field.
No, well, check how he smashed Jordy Barrett.
Oh.
I mean, he smashed him a couple of times, but the ones on the wing,
Hurt him hard.
you know, from the wing, making a spot tackle, you
That's
know,
a proper
trusting
hit
the
as well,
system 100%, making it so. I mean, you have players that understand what's being expected of them, and having the confidence of just going out and doing it. So, no, I think it's brilliant. It's, you know, I mean, T20 changed the game of cricket.
Yeah.
And changed your life, okay, for the better. $1 million man, Morris, 2 million. Sorry, and so humble. You know, Rassie has changed the game in a big way in his thinking and being able to make decisions that not a lot of coaches are willing to make and take risks.
We're nearing the end of this interview, and I want to just talk about retirement. What's it been like?
Can you adjust your volume level so that we can hear?
I'm intimate. It's an intimate question. Future plans.
For Valentine's Day.
Your transition. You've transitioned into the coaching role.
I do enjoy the coaching. When I was playing, obviously, you come up with ideas and you sit and you think and you talk and you sit with the coaches and that hasn't changed. And now I'm just part of them. So it's good fun. Really enjoy it. It's a great coaching staff. Guys work well together. The transition has been easier moving into coaching than sticking with the players. They all say, I'm the barrier between the coaches and the players, but it doesn't really feel like that anymore. It changed quickly, and you're not part of the guys, the players, but obviously you're part of the team. But you feel it feels a little bit more distant than as a player. We were talking about that earlier.
Do you actually feel a little bit sometimes in between both, because you're actually still so close to the players, age-wise as well, and still played, last year, whatever. And the coaching staff is maybe the age gap is a little bit bigger as well, and it's a different. Do you sometimes feel that you neither here nor there, or
no?
Or
Actually,
are you well established now within the coaching?
No, it's actually nice with the coaches. So it's weird, but all the Free State boykies stick together. So it's myself and Jaco Piper and Don Human, and then Rassie pulls in there. But sometimes we in hotel rooms next to each other, and we just you pop in and you have a glass of whiskey and you chat about your kids and on the farm and different stuff and ideas and what we saw in the game and things like that. So it's actually easier. I enjoy it more with the coaches. Yeah.
Who parties harder, the coaches or the rugby players, Dad?
Oh, the coaches. Jeez. Man, I'm struggling during the week.
Nice.
Jeez.
Nice.
And then, obviously you've got to be 100% at captains and things like that. And then obviously the Saturday, I'm running around on the field, so you can't be struggling while you're giving messages or relaying messages onto the field.
But they give it a good go. The
Yeah,
coaches,
they give it a good go. It's I have to say it's a really good group, and it's I like Jerry Flannery is obviously he's Irish, a hooker, and he loves a wrestle. But
Also very competitive.
Yeah, he's very competitive, but he's 0-11 at this very stage.
Different weight class though.
Yeah, different weight class, but he's still losing every fight, and it's not 11 fights against me. He had Tony, he had Rassie, he had a lot of guys, and he had Bongi. So yeah, he struggles quite a bit, but we'll see how this year goes. He's in the gym every single day, so nice. I know he's working on it.
Is he there with you?
No, I'm not in the gym.
Never again.
No, never. Well, I wasn't really big on gymming. John knows. Myself and Scala were probably the two guys that never loved the gym.
Natural strength.
We're in there for 15 minutes, play with 6 kilogram weights, and you just chuck it around, and then that's it.
Am I recalling a scene in Chasing the Sun 2 where Rassie says to, was it yourself and Eben and maybe one other person, go and sort your cuck out in the room? Tell us what happened in that room.
Not everyone agrees. Not everyone agrees on every single thing. So there's disagreement and everything. And some guy comes up with an idea, and one guy would say, "No, I don't think that'll work," and whatever. And when that happens, and you keep on going, it messes up the whole squad, because now people are thinking, "Yeah, maybe we should do this," and you don't want too many voices. And I think that's exactly what happened with the three of us, giving our input and agreed and disagreed and everything. And then he just thought, if you want the guys to focus, maybe hit the taller trees and see, if you can shake some feathers. So he took us outside and said, "Listen, you guys got to sort it out if over dinner or a beer or something like that." And I just said, "Listen, there's no problems."
You've cut your locks, and would you ever consider a coaching stint in Turkey
for a month?
Or do you think Jacques Callis put a curse on you that time you got him out?
Probably.
Would you consider a drop in pitch?
No, but I've been offered by two companies.
How would you feel about being a hair transplant influencer?
I saw Kobus Reinach is the latest guy after Victor Matfield. So,
is that why he's moving to the Storms?
Yeah.
Dr. Larry. Duane Vermeulen, where to from here for you as a coach?
He's going home from here.
A farmer, a beekeeper, a winemaker, and a bubble tea distiller.
Distiller, you say? Listen, just to clear it up on the bubble tea thing.
Yes, tell us about the bubble tea.
So,
I've got you want to do it into camera, maybe?
Yeah, well,
to promote.
Well,
this is a promo.
It's actually not promoting it. I'm actually not promoting it. But the thing is,
was it a COVID idea from the?
No, it was actually for my two boys. We were sitting at home, and I'm thinking, listen, we need to teach our kids, how to do stuff on their own, but also how to be entrepreneurs. If you start early, you learn how to speak to people, you learn how to work, and the earlier you do it, the better it might be for you. So we thought, okay, we're gonna open a shop, get 2 trailers, each kid's got a trailer, and then we teach them, they go stand at the schools, they sell the bubble tea. At the end of the week, we do the recon, we sit, work through the stuff, we help them, and we say, listen, okay, you order this, and we put in the order, and that's how they earn their pocket money. Because it just feels like nowadays you tell your kid, yes, you earn pocket money, or you can earn pocket money, but they don't really do stuff. When I was growing up, I was a bloody petrol attendant at 11 years old, doing night shift from 7 till 11 for $20 a week. So it was.
It's good.
It was good fun. I bought a lot of Wilson toffees and faces, that Los Lekkers that you got at the.
I thought you were going somewhere else with Los, eh?
And the Los Lekkers and the sweets that you got. So I just thought that would be a good thing for my kids. So they're enjoying it.
Speaking of your 11, 12-year-old self, that was a rough time for you. Your dad passed away around that time. Mm-hmm. How did that shape you into the sportsman and the man you became?
There's a lot of things that's kind of blurry from there till probably about 15, the age of 15. a guy just came up to me, didn't really come up to me, I grew up in his house, but it's not like a stepdad. But he just came up to me and said, listen, in my house, you got to go study because rugby is not going to take you anywhere in your life. And I thought, like, you know what? I love the sport. I love what I'm doing. And I'll just show you what I can do. And obviously, I got a bursary at Farrell when it was still Randse Afrikaanse Universiteit. Studied chef, weird. Loved making food. Yeah, my granny did catering, and just loved standing in front of the stove.
Nice.
Fingers in the pots, things like that. But yeah, well, at that stage they said, "Listen, I'll show you what I can do." And then, never got to play SA under 19, SA under 21, SA schools, SA academy, all those things. I skipped the whole line and went straight from school, played seniors, and got the opportunity
For the
with
Pumas.
the Pumas. Yeah, way back when they were in Witbank.
Did you cook anything ever?
Well, I can cook.
You did the theory.
I did the theory.
The practical.
You need to do the practical. But that's a commercial kitchen for the next 3 years, and I don't want to, or for 3 years, and I don't want to do that. So decided to park that, and now I'm in the medical business.
In Keku again, no.
I think it worked out well.
Yeah.
Duane Vermeulen, you are an absolute legend. It is an honor for us to have you on this first episode of season 4 of Banter with the Boys. We have a special memento we'd like to present you with to remember this occasion. And we thought this would be, there you go, there's the 4.
Like a gun.
Yeah, and
Who's this for? It's for you.
This is the start.
we thought this would be an appropriate gift for you, Duane Vermeulen, because apparently this is how a lot of your Nelspruit fans pronounce your nickname.
4.
Thanks, Dwayne.
Good luck.
Thank you, guys.
And fans out there, don't miss a single Betway SA20 game. Practice those one-handed catches.
Play the game,
whilst
please.
holding a beverage in your
Non-catching hand.
non-catching
Please
hand.
play the game.
#Buffalo.
Easy money.